Good morning, Danny. Mr. Singleton, good morning. Good morning, Billy D and nerds. Good morning. Good morning, Derek, Billy D, and many more. Michael, Marky, Vagey. Good morning, Vags. Sure hope you're feeling okay, Vags. Good morning, Wizzy Waz. Man with the green shower curtain. Mellow. It's a mellow morning. It's a very mellow morning. Morning. Good morning, Michael in third. Michael N. Third. Explain your name. Good morning. Hags. Michael N. Third. Explain that. Where'd the name come from? Good morning, Laura and Pacey. Good morning. Michael Nerd. Okay, so the 3 is an E. Okay. So it's not Michael N. Third. It's Michael Nerd. Okay. I'm going to fix my pronunciation on that. I always say N. Third. Okay. So he's a Michael Nerd. A lot like a nerdy nature guy. Good morning, Sanum. I get you now, Michael Nerd. It's going to take me a minute to get used to that. Mark Z, Kitty Catzilla. Meow. Good morning. Joe D's. Lynette. Grand Rising. That's cool, Mello. Chilling is a good thing once in a while. Corey D. Good morning, HB. May your beds be made. HB. May your beds be made. Sounds good there, married. Sounds good. Is there a Paige here? Did Paige pop in? I didn't see Paige. How did Paige sneak in? I didn't see Paige. Did Paige sneak in? Good morning, Sue Little. There's Paige. Pidgey Paige. Good morning, Pidgey. Kimberly the Golden Bolden. Sam's like, what the heck is that we're looking at this morning, Pops? I'll read the letter. Wes, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Wes is smoking 'em because he's got 'em. Good morning, Glassett. Greeny. That's my favorite color, besides blue. Bill, the dog gets it right. Don't make it until the dog gets up. Don't make it till the dog gets up. You know what my dog does? You know what little Ruffy does? He goes and finds a pile of my clothes. If I have, like, you know, I'm taking off something, and he'll go lay in my clothes. Does anybody else have a dog that lays in their clothes? I don't know. I think he just needs to be close to the scent or something. It's as cute as can be. But he loves to lay on my clothes. Your dogs do that too? It's pretty funny. It's so cute. There's like there's pillows, there's blankets, there's stuff everywhere they can lay on. And they go lay on your clothes. It's pretty cute. Paige, mine does too. He loves to go under. My Boston loves to go under. He wants to be under the blankets, so even with his little pudgy face, he's able to lift the blankets with his little nose and climb under. He's able to lift his nose, right? Nerdy, wait for the story on the table. Freeze-dried Skittles, those are really tasty. They're so full of sugar. Yeah. They're so tasty, though. Such a unique way to eat. Care Bear. That's my favorite stuffed animal. Care Bear's my favorite stuffed animal, you guys. 36 people, 19 likes. What does that mean? Mark, I haven't worked off of the gluten yet, but sugar is pretty much gone. Oh, that's kind of creepy, Justin. A baby rabbit. It's normal, though. That's what they do. Good morning, Monica. Good morning. That's exactly what it meant, Derek. Only half the people were happy to be here. The others were kind of forced, I think. Their parole officer made them watch. Darn Fike. And Monica, not quite. I'll tell you what it is here in a short moment. Not quite. Good morning, Nurs. Nurs Ratchet. Good morning. Aaron. That's the way to do it, Nerds. Just hit the button on your way in. A bunch of pot smokers have loss of short-term memory. You guys forget to do that. Right, Carney? You pot smoking short-term memory guys. Good morning, ice cream. Oh, Sanum. I know, that's what it is, Nerdy. They're a bong load away from remembering how to hit the like button. They're a strong bong load away. Wazzy, how do you know everything? Ice cream, look at what Waz said. Look at what Waz said. Eggs, I resemble that statement. So I'm not far off. You guys are all doing a JCBB, Jesus Christ bomb break, before the show even starts. It's not a show, it's a program. It's a live stream event. Stop calling it a show, Pops. Good morning. That sounds good, Nurse. Waz, you're just smart, is what it is. There's Gypsy Life. Gypsy, do you recognize anything on the screen? I'm wondering if Gypsy recognizes anything on the screen right now. Good morning. I didn't used to like rocks. Rocks never made sense to me. But since I've started microdosing and I'm more in touch with nature, there's certain rocks I'm like, I love that rock. I love rocks. They're nature. Good morning, everybody. HP's trying to get a date with Nerdy. Ice cream, that's a neat way to put it. They're like the Earth's poetry. I like that. Gypsy, it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you guys are all kind of agreeing. You guys are all a bunch of rock hounds. You smoke a bong load and then you go rock hunting. I know how it works. Good morning, everybody. One more minute here. One more minute. We're doing great on the likes. Ice cream's like, now that you've talked about bongs all morning, Pops, I'm just going to go ahead and take my first hit. Okay? Wait a minute, Mark, did Alan get the job? Are you sure? Are you sure? That would be exciting for Alan. Kimberly, did you just make that up or did you read that on a bumper sticker? Aaron, that's a rather large tomato. Oh, the interview's today. That's right, Derek. You're right. He did clarify and say it's Tuesday. That's correct. That's correct. He did say it was Tuesday. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Cleanie. Notorious. Herbie. Sue Little. I see you all. Okay, let's tell the story about what we're seeing on the screen this morning. First of all, give me 5 people that think it's really cute. Give me 5 people that think what's on the screen right now is super cute. Looks like a tea breakfast situation. I love this little thing. Trenty the Trenty Trenterson. He agreed. Jesus Christ is here. It looks like more than 5 people liked it, Gypsy. Looks like more than 5 people. Herbie, you missed it. Woz already knows what it is. Woz knows. Good morning. And it is. And it certainly is. Now I need 5 people to say read the letter. Thank you, Monica. Now give me 5 people that say, Pops, read the letter. I need to get a trim here, don't I, you guys? I need to trim it up. Maybe this weekend I'll go trimming. You want me to read the letter? RTL? Okay. Joe's just like, Pops, would you just read the dang thing? Dear Pops, I already like the letter. I already like it. I love letters that start out, Dear Pops. That's me. I'm Pops. I'm Pops Shrooms. I'm Pops Shrooms. And I am a like junkie. Hello, my name is Pop Shrooms. And I'm addicted to likes. But not for my ego. Dear Pops, here's a little something Preston and I made here in New Mexico. I found this, here we go, you guys. You guys wanted to know what it was. I found this petrified wood near a wash a while ago when I was hiking. I also got you a bit of sand here at 6 Mile Canyon Road where we are camping. One more week here. Then we are headed to the Sholo area for the Radiance Rising event. Mind you, this letter is about a week and a half old. Okay. Radiance Rising event. That sure sounds neat. Sounds exactly where you'd expect to find a gypsy and a Preston. Thank you. This is the sweet part of the letter. Besides the fact that she even sent it. Okay. Thank you for everything you do for the community. This is cute what she's going to say. After all these years, these many years, 4.5 to be exact, after all these years, tea never gets old, it never washes out, but it grows stronger roots. It is amazing to see the growth in you, myself, and the community. We do appreciate you and are grateful to be a part of tea. Much love, Gypsy and Preston. Gypsy. What a sweet, sweet present. Let's look at it one more time. Petrified wood. She turned it into a table. She put a little book and some shroomies on it. And then a tea member. I know, Granny, you thought we'd be over it by now. You thought, come on. This stuff's going to get old real fast. They keep talking about being kind. Give me 5 people that think this is really sweet from Gypsy and Preston. Thank you, Gypsy. Thank you, Preston. Thank you, community. These are the little things. This is going to go up in one of my shelves in my office. Have you guys seen my office? I have a kind of a neat office right now. Who wants to see it? It's not very clean right now. I'm getting ready to hang a Detroit. Who wants to see my office? It's the office here, not the grow house office. Who wants to see my office right now? Oh no. Looks like I better do it. All right, I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Please forgive the mess. Okay, here we go. The United States Post Service. One morning, this box was no longer on my front porch where I put mail to be picked up by the mailman. It was replaced with this box. Leon thought I would be more official if he got me an official box. I'm getting ready to hang that picture up there. This is stuff that's getting, oh yeah, where's this stuff going, Pops? Oh geez, what's going on in there? Oh no, what the heck? Boom. And then we got the loading table. This is where we do all the printing and packaging and, well, that's this week's worth of stuff sent out. Yeah. Makes it super simple. You like those floors, do you, Kim? It's super simple. I go in there, I get an order, boom, print a label. Label's sitting right there. I go over to the scale, weigh stuff up. I go over to the sealer, seal it up. I go over to the mailbox, drop it in the box, and I don't know who Maxwell Parrish is. That picture was sent to me, Nurs. I don't know who sent. I don't know who actually originally drew it. Gypsy. The only bad news is the sand bottle broke. She sent me a little bottle of sand. It didn't survive the shipping. Just so you know. Nerdy, that looked pretty messy to me. That's not what it's usually like. I go in there like everything super tight, but I didn't really do a good job of cleaning yesterday. And I've been waiting because I'm going to hang that Detroit picture today. Classic, it could be. You guys probably know it. Gypsy, this was so thoughtful of you. Thank you. So you saw the shelves in there? This little petrified wood fella is going to go on in there. And I'll be able to look at it every day when I go in there to go to work. Okay? Thank you. Vegas, it was a wreck. Honestly, I'm usually much tighter than that. I don't know why. I should have waited till it was a little tighter before I showed it. But my favorite thing in there is my mailbox from the U.S. Post Department. Okay? That's my mailbox. I love it. Leon. It was so cute. One morning I go out there, and there's my box just waiting for me. I've always been embarrassed to go down to the post office and ask them for one of those boxes. I was like, yeah, I'll just use my own and put a homemade label on it. But now, I'm official. But do you see how it's pretty ergonomic, right? Label, boom. Scale, boom. Sealer, boom. Mailing box, boom. Now you guys can see why I need your address. Okay? Leons are always good dudes, Paige. Now you guys can see why I need your address, because it's your address that starts the whole letter process. Does that make sense? Give me 5 people that say, yeah, that actually makes sense. Once Pop gets our address, he cooks a label, and that gets the whole thing started. And if you don't send him your address, sometimes he forgets. Right? So the address starts the whole thing rolling, Haiti. And then after I print your address, I delete it. Boop, it's gone. I send you a picture of it, and then I delete it. Because I don't need it sitting in database for everybody's sake. Boy, Pops, that makes sense. Doing phenomenal over here. We're doing right, Justin? Justin, how was work last night? Thank you guys for giving me people to send things to. You know how good it feels? I got you, Justin. You know how good it feels when you do that little seal and you do 3 12s, okay. I remember that. One of my long-term girlfriends was a nurse, and she did 12-hour shifts. JCM, yes, we can make chocolates, but we don't. I'm not good at it. I've tried a number of times, and they don't turn out like other people's chocolate. I think you guys could be right. I'll look up Maxfield Parrish. I think you guys could be right. Okay. Marksy, don't do that. That would not be impeccable. No. Think of something impeccable to do rather than throw eggs. I'll tell you a story. Oh, the Detroit poster. Is that the one you guys are talking about? Oh, I thought you were talking about the Mad Hatter poster. I thought you were talking about the Mad Hatter poster. Do you think Maxfield Parrish did the Detroit poster? That could be. You guys are making me do some research now. Okay, what are you saying? Try 12 grams. I've tried a bunch of different techniques, JCM. Okay, it's the poster. Okay. You guys, the artists here, know this stuff. I don't. But I tell you what, I love that poster. It's not even a poster. What I did, it was apple crisp that I made, Bubble. Well, let's go look at the picture again. I'll hang it today and then we'll look at it. I'll take a picture of it. Okay? But you know what that one is? I loved the picture, and I sent a copy of this picture to a framing art company situation. And they printed that picture onto a small thin piece of metal. So that's actually a metal background, not a poster. That's like a thin sheet of metal. And it's just so cool. Good morning, Rodman. Somebody was asking about you this morning. He's traveling and he has a choppy signal. Fifi, you make chocolate bars all the time? I've always relied on Sandman for my chocolate bars if I wasn't getting something candy, chocolatey out of Nerdy. Nerdy does that stuff. Nerdy can make a gummy that's out of this world. I love Nerdy. What do you guys think about the ketamine queen? What do you guys think about the ketamine queen? Garrett Nerdy taught Wonka. And our recipes on the Colorado Michael League website. Super neat to know. I wish I had more time on my hands sometimes to do some of this other stuff, confectionery stuff. What do you guys think of the ketamine queen? Michael, I'm agreeing with you. Ketamine queen. Shame. What shame. We're only hearing about the fancy celebrities that were killed. How about how many other people? You don't know who the ketamine queen is? Let's get into it. The ketamine queen, accused of selling fatal doses to Matthew Perry, agrees to plead guilty. I love Matthew Perry. He was my favorite on Friends. I've watched every episode of Friends there ever was. It was one of my favorite shows. When I was married, that was one thing my wife and I did together. We watched Friends. And I love Matthew Perry. Chandler Bing. And I also liked Joey. I love Joey. Right, Paige? Chandler and Joey. How about their apartment? There was a couple of episodes where they get the man chairs. I love that show. And Ross was a wreck. Okay? Wasn't Ross a complete wreck? Ross is Chandler. I believe that. Ross was a wreck, though. And how you gotta love Phoebe too. You gotta love Phoebe. I loved Phoebe. She was the cutest little airhead. You like the little monkey. I love that show. Phoebe was adorable. Okay. Phoebe was Summer's favorite. That makes sense. Phoebe was like on her own planet. Right? Phoebe was out there. And then when she'd do one of her songs, how could you not? What character? It's literally the best character name. Phoebe. She was a Phoebe, all right. Let's read this. This came from an article. Okay. Nurse's cat. Oh. You never watched Friends? You missed. Bill, it's not as current or topical today, but they have still a new following. I have two nieces. They're like 12 years old. And to this day, they watch every Friends episode. Little 12-year-olds are loving Friends right now. They have a huge following, that show. And I loved Joey, and I loved Chandler Bing. A woman known as the Ketamine Queen, charged with selling Matthew Perry the drug that killed him, agreed to plead guilty Monday. Jasmine Sangha becomes the fifth and final defendant charged in the overdose death of the Friends star. Fifi, you're missing out. They still have them on cable, so you can go back and check them. Jasmine struck a plea agreement with federal prosecutors, avoiding a trial that had been planned for September. She agreed in a signed statement filed in court to plead guilty to 5 federal criminal charges, including providing the ketamine that led to Perry's death. In a brief statement, Sangha's lawyer, Mark Garagos, said only, she's taking responsibility for her actions. I give her credit for that. You got to give them credit for that. $1 late and a donut short. Or is it the other way? A donut short and $1 late. Prosecutors had cast Sangha, a 42-year-old citizen of the U.S. and the U.K., as a prolific drug dealer who was known to her customers as the Ketamine Queen. They used this term often in press releases and court documents. Wait. I thought there was more to this. Hold on. She agreed to plead guilty to 1 count of maintaining a drug-involved premise, 3 counts of distribution of ketamine, and 1 count of distribution of ketamine resulting in death or serious bodily injury. The final plea came a year after the federal prosecutors announced that 5 people had been charged in Perry's death after a sweeping investigation. There was more to the first article that I read. This is the second one. Evidently, Perry had a prescription from a doctor to take ketamine. He had a history as well. Matthew Perry had a history of addiction and recovery, addiction recovery. He was a bouncing ball, working their way through it. And originally he had a prescription. And he would spin through the prescription faster than the prescription required. And he would be looking for more. And then eventually he got hooked up with this ketamine lady who started providing stuff for him, non-prescription. And they said literally 2 weeks before his death, he had just ordered 4 times the normal dose amount. He was on a protocol, he was on a schedule where this man was taking 4 times the amount of ketamine that he should have been. People, be careful. Because a lot of us here have addictive personalities. Stick with your psilocybin, you're not going to get addicted. You might overdo it here and there, and I'm definitely not recommending that. But be very, very careful what you're doing and what you're using out there. And there was no ill intent. It's not like somebody wanted to kill Matthew Perry. It's not like he wanted to kill himself. But addictions are disastrous. Be careful. I have somebody, this happened, it's been about a year now. And this person was ordering exorbitant amounts of medical mushrooms from me. Exorbitant amounts. And eventually I reached out to him and I said, I'm just going to tell you, there's no judgment here. You may be buying to resell. I don't know. I'm not in your business. But I'm going to say that for now, I would prefer if you would find a different provider. I don't want to be involved with the opportunity for people to abuse. I don't want to be involved. And then even if he was selling, I don't want to be super involved with people that are turning me into their profit center. If you need help, I'm here. I give it away many times. I ask for some donations just so I could stay floating and barely break even. I don't break even. But when I see somebody that clearly, just in the volume of orders, has given me a feeling that it's like, whoa, I don't want to really be a part of this, I'll pull the plug. Does that sound okay to you guys? Don't I get to make that choice? Don't I have a moral responsibility to do what's best for me? Don't I have a moral responsibility? And it's not easy to do. You don't want to upset people and you don't mind making the provision for people. But when you see somebody, you gotta always be aware. Okay? You have to be aware. And if you don't want to provide something for people that are going to abuse it, and I don't mind profit, believe me. Everybody has a right to make a living. You can grow your own too. But be careful, you guys. Especially if you're in the business of providing. About 2 years ago, I had my hands on tabs of LSD. Blotter tabs. And I was like, yay, I can be the LSD guy now. I can provide psilocybin and I can provide LSD to people in need. Because I believe LSD is a very, very positive psychotropic drug. And I'm sending tabs out to people. And after about this is a true story. After about tab number 20, and I still had another 80 in my pocket. After about tab number 20, I got to thinking. At first I was just reacting. This is great. I can give stuff to people. After about tab number 20, I said, do I even know what's in this stuff? Do I? I know my friend gave it to me. He said it's safe. I didn't take it. And yet I'm giving it away to people or selling it to people. Do I know what's in that? Do I know what bathtub it was made in? Do I know what lab it was made at? I'm like, I don't know. I don't. And from there, guess what I did? Guess what I did with the 80 that I still had? I'm agreeing with everybody that's saying that. It's just, where's the stuff coming from that work? And I'm sure that there's some genuine good LSD. Lynette, you named it. Joe D's named it. You all said it. I flushed it. I flushed it. And it was a good feeling. I was like, I don't want to be a partner in, I do exactly what I'm telling other people not to do. Here I am, right in the middle of it. Caught up in the wave of it. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. And check yourself. What are you doing this stuff for? Are you a ketamine queen? Are you doing this to get rich? Mm-hmm. I look at people that are trying to get rich on mushrooms, and I'm like, you're literally violating the sacrament. Okay? You're literally violating the sacrament. Be careful. Know what you're providing. Tomorrow we're going to read to you an article about 2 companies that are fighting legally over test kits. Home test kits. One of these companies provides a home test kit for LSD. You can take this LSD, put it in the home test kit, and maybe, depending on the quality of the test, determine perhaps what's in the reagent test tube. It's a really neat article, not because I like talking about legal fights, but because there are testing procedures that are going on, and we're just now getting exposed to them. And we'll discuss that article tomorrow. Right, Roz? Michael Allen, you're going to do great on today's interview. I just know it. I'm excited for you and any dog that you can help. We're in the fourth agreement. Boy, the time's already flying by. We've been here 45 minutes. It feels like 5. The 4 agreements. That's great, Michael. Kim, you're out of control. Kim, don't flush it. Send it to me. I'll be sure to get rid of it for you guys. I promise. Kim. Kimmy. If you guys have something you're not quite sure of, send it to Kim. Okay? Kim, don't do that. Okay? Your opinions come from your own beliefs, from your own ego, from your own dream. How valid are they? I mean, how valid is my opinion? To anyone other than me? Not very much. Not much, especially when you're talking about stuff I don't know very much about. But we always find a way to have an opinion about it. I'm on page 43, Sam. Be careful with, just as I ask you to be careful with what you provide, be careful with your opinions. Be careful. People might want to know what your experience is. That's okay. They might want to know what a fact is. Is that a fact? But opinions, especially if somebody looks up to you, especially if someone looks up to you and you're providing them an opinion that you pulled out of the cloud, you have a responsibility there. You have a responsibility to be impeccable. If we adopt the first agreement and we become impeccable with our word, any emotional poison will eventually be cleaned from our mind and from our communication in our personal relationships, including with our pets, dogs and cats. Impeccability of the word will also give you immunity from anyone putting a negative spell on you. This is key. I call this the Teflon clause. If you have been impeccable, and you know it, and really only you know, but if you have been impeccable, and there's a word out there about you, and you're absolutely impervious to that. We look at that and it's just gossip. We'll move to the second agreement, not take it personal, but it can't possibly have come from me. I've been impeccable. There is so much power in knowing that your side of the street is clean. I don't even look at the other side of the street anymore. I don't care what the other side of the street looks like. I care about my side of the street being clean. And the cleaner my side of the street is, if I see somebody dropped a piece of gum, myself, somebody threw a little mud ball on a wall, my whitewashed wall, I see it immediately. I can see it. Because everything around, the rest around it's impeccable. And if it was me that threw the mud ball, I'll know it. And if it was someone else that threw the mud ball, I just go over and I repaint my wall so it's white again. And I don't even have to do that physically. It's all done right in here because I'm completely immune to that poison. The more you practice impeccability, the more immunity you gain. Does that make sense? Give me 5 people that make sense to. You know it wasn't you. You know the things being said or done have nothing to do with you. That's all coming from some other emotional poison pit. But if you're being impeccable and you continue to practice impeccability, your immunity grows. I agree with Nerdy. You will only receive a negative idea if your mind is fertile ground for that idea. Let me say that again. You'll only intake, hold on to, believe, add to your dream of the world negative ideas if your mind is fertile for it. That's why we practice impeccability, because that gives us a mind that's fertile for goodness and kindness, not a mind to perform evil or gossip or destroy with our words, relationships, and people. Impeccability includes doing what you say. If I say I'm going to do something, I have to do it. You guys have heard my recent one. I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. It wasn't a question of do you want to. It was a question of would an impeccable person do it. As soon as I can ask myself that question, I don't get asked do you want to. If I say yes, an impeccable person would take this action, then I must. Because that's practice. If an impeccable person would not do that, then I won't. When you become impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer fertile ground for words that come from negative magic. Instead, it's fertile for words that come from love. If you have a highlighter and you're following along in the book, this next sentence, I'm on page 44 at the very, very top of the page. Okay? This is one of my favorite lines out of the book. You can measure the impeccability of your word by your level of self-love. What? How impeccable am I? I want to measure my impeccability. You know what your measuring stick is? How proud of yourself are you? What's your self-image? What's your self-love level? If you're hating yourself, if you're always down on yourself, if you're negative about yourself, if your self-love is in the dirt, chances are you haven't been impeccable. Chances are. And your brain knows it and your soul knows it. When you're not impeccable, you're a lot more available to be depressed. It's hard to be anxious if you know you told the truth. I just told the truth. I just did what was right. Anxiety comes from a different place. How much you love yourself and how you feel about yourself are directly proportionate to the quality and integrity of your word. How much you love yourself and how you feel about yourself are directly proportionate to the quality and integrity of your word. When you know you're kind of slimy and slummy, you don't really honestly feel good about yourself. When I didn't in the past feel good about myself, you know what I did? Especially in my late 20s. When I know I'm not doing the right things out here on the planet. When I know I'm not even tapping my potential. And I'm out here spinning. And I'm out here doing dirt all the time. You know what I did? Some more drugs. Numbing myself because I didn't like myself. We numb ourselves when we don't like ourselves. When we're practicing impeccability and growing self-love, you don't even want to be numb. When you're impeccable with your word, you feel good. You feel happy. You're at peace. Does that make sense? You can transcend the dream of hell just by making the agreement to be impeccable with your word. Right now, I am planting that seed in your mind. Whether or not that seed grows depends on how fertile your mind is for the seeds of love. Oliver, I heard you. You don't need to keep saying no. We're good. Right now, I'm planting that seed in your mind. Whether the seed grows depends on how fertile your mind is for the seeds of love. It is up to you to make this agreement with yourself. I am impeccable with my word. Nurture this seed. And as it grows in your mind, it will generate more seeds of love to replace the seeds of fear. The first agreement will change the kinds of seeds your mind is fertile for. Be impeccable with your word. This is the first agreement that you should make if you want to be free, if you want to be happy, if you want to transcend the level of existence in hell. It's very powerful. Use the word. That's what I told you guys. 4 years. It was over 4 years now that I hadn't seen my sisters. And they were the last time we saw you 4 years ago, 4.5. You didn't seem like you do today. You're bright and won't say anything negative. We see you say no, not to that. That's my second agreement. I'm not taking that personal. People see you as a different creature. You become a completely different creature. Does it happen overnight? It happens when you intend. And then you practice. Gypsy's letter today. Gypsy's letter. After all these years, tea never gets old. It never washes out, but it grows stronger roots. That's impeccable. That's because at tea we try to be impeccable. We won't be here talking crap about other people, about politics. We don't do that. We plant seeds of love. And that's why it grows. Use the word to share your love. That's what we do here. I said, I know stuff that's making a difference in my life, like the psilocybin use, the microdosing, the 4 agreements. I'm so excited about this. I'm so full. I need to give this away. I need to tell other people about this. I'm not kidding. I need other people to know. This stuff works. It's real. This so far surpasses 12-step programs and therapies and psychiatrists and SSRIs. It is so far beyond all of that. This is the prescription. When you find a prescription that'll save lives, it's incumbent upon us to share it. Use the word to share your love. Use positive magic, beginning with yourself. You guys hear me do this here all the time. Tell yourself how wonderful you are. Pops does it. Oh, Pops, you're wonderful. I read to you guys how wonderful I am. And I'm okay with it. Oh, he's pretty full of himself. No, he's full of impeccability. He's full of self-love because he sees it working. Tell yourself how wonderful you are. How great you are. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Use the word to break all those teeny tiny agreements that make you suffer. It is possible. It is possible because I did it, and I'm no better than you. We are exactly the same. We have the same kind of brain, the same kind of bodies. We're humans. If I was able to break those agreements and create new agreements, then you can too. Just this one agreement can change your whole life. Impeccability of the word can lead you to a personal freedom, to huge successes, and abundance. Abundance. That's not a flex. That's a fact. You want to get better? You want to get stronger? You want to thrive? You want to have so much you don't know what to do with it? Start practicing the 4 agreements. You'll see it manifesting its place all around your life. Your harvests get bigger. They get bigger. Your friendships get stronger. Your self-love ignites. We live an abundant life for the first time in our lives in the dream of this crappy planet. I've never been this abundant. And I don't have much. I don't want it. Abundance used to mean 4 Porsches. You know what abundance means now? To me, it means you hit a like button. I have an abundant amount of likes, and it is not for me that I want the like. It's so we can grow this channel. So we can spread this to more and more people. I can't imagine the day 5 years ago where a like would have been more important than a Porsche. Porsche, gag me with the spoon today. Give me a couple more followers. And not for me, but so they can learn and go spread and ripple. I hope I'm making sense here. Huge successes. You want the promotion at work? You want the bigger and nicer salary? I always did. But most of us look, you know how we do it? We undercut the guy that has the job. We gossip and we backstab. We do office politics. You want the promotion? Be impeccable at work. Be impeccable at everything you do. The boss looks around the office and goes, that's the guy right there. Yeah, that's the guy. He's never said one negative thing about another coworker. And he's constantly growing here. He is the kindest presence in my office. I want more of that in my office. Huge successes. Abundance. And the biggest one that we take away is fear. Fear of people not accepting me. I don't want it. I don't care. Fear of people thinking this or that. I don't care. Those fears have been lifted and they were huge in my life. My life was spent trying to please you, to get acceptance, to get attention. Just imagine what you can create with the impeccability of the Word. With the impeccability of the Word, you can transcend the dream of fear and live a completely different life. You can live in heaven in the middle of thousands of people living in hell because you're immune to that hell now. You can attain the kingdom of heaven with this one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. That finishes the chapter. We're going to go to a new chapter starting tomorrow. We covered impeccability pretty good, right? You can tell how impeccable you're being by your level of self-love. Let me read a couple of comments. Jesus Christ judges his bong. You're out of control, Jesus. Well, I'm so excited. We finished the first agreement. Tomorrow we got to start talking about what do we do when we're being impeccable? What's our next act? And it is an incredibly important agreement that we stop taking things personal. I love that part because it's given me a level of humility. Doesn't sound like I'm humble when I'm sitting there telling you how much I love myself. That's different today. There's a level of humility, and I'm not going to take what somebody says or does personally. I'm not going to take what happens on the planet to me like it happened to me. Nature happens. Things happen. Can you believe we've been doing this for 4.5 years now? Can I tell you why? Because it feels good. Nobody does something for 4.5 years if it feels really crappy. Well, I think I'm going to go do it again today. It always starts out feeling good. Now, can we abuse? Yeah. That's a separate subject. We do this because it feels good. What feels good about it? Growing and watching my friends grow. Growing and watching my friends grow. And believe me, I see it. I sat there last night. I'm almost done. I sat there last night and I did a mental calculation. I was without seeing people's names on the screen. Paige, you're wonderful. I did this mental thing last night. I started trying to recall all of you guys. Well, there's Paige, and there's HB, and there's Kim, and there's Waz, and there's Aggie, and there's Joe, and there's... I was going through a whole list, and I started to cry. I might do it now. I started to cry. I did this last night. And I was crying out of pure joy and happiness. You know how many connections we have today? All of us. We'll be getting connected in so many wonderful ways to so many wonderful people. Because we're trying. Because we're trying here. It is such a beautiful thing if you think about it. And if that isn't proof that the 4 agreements can transcend someone's life, I don't know what is. I can't prove it any other way than through my personal journey. I'm a little weepy. I was sitting there replaying names last night. And I was going, you know what? When you came to this game, you had 3 friends on the planet. 3 friends. And they didn't like you very much. They just wanted stuff you had. Okay? They just wanted your stuff. Today, the number of people that I can count as positive, friendly relationships is mind-boggling. Do you understand that? You guys boggle my mind. Thank you. Individually, each and every one, Gypsy today. But each and every one of you. It is mind-boggling. And it started out with Pops finding this book. Growing Shrooms in Patience. And 4.5 years later, I can't wait to see what it's like in another 4.5. Oh my goodness. My goodness. And this isn't an actor, this is real. I sat there last night and I went through a whole list of you guys. And I talked to my self-love center about how incredibly blessed I am. Thank you. You guys go have a wonderful day. Go bless someone today. Work on being impeccable. Your whole life changes. And then you have to give it away. Gypsy's all about the roots. And then you have so much inside you. You can't contain it. You have to find ways to give it away. Your harvest becomes so big. You have to give it away. And that's not just shroom harvests. It's your kindness harvest, your thankfulness harvest, your gratitude harvest, your patience harvest. It's bigger than I've ever had in my life. I don't know what to do with it all. Get out of here. Go have a wonderful day. Know that I'm out here and that you guys bless me every single day. Let me know how I can bless you. Here we go. Jesus Christ and Fifi and Gypsy Life. That was very kind of you and Preston Gyps. Thank you. Greenie, Green Table. Jolie, there's my good friend Jolie. I'm blessed to have her in my life. Herbie, too. Herbie the non-stop Kaburby. Nerdy, how blessed. We're all blessed to have Nerdy with us. His smile is a blessing. Classic and her wonderful art and dogs and Sully. And married Michael in Vegas. Vegas, I've never heard somebody be kind. If you guys saw some of her texts and DMs to me, sweetest, kindest lady. She has a way of being able to lift me up. I could go on and on here. I could go on and on. Aaron's always got something wonderful to think and say. Mello. And Gypsy and Lynette. Marky Z. Even Jesus Christ blesses me. I don't know how. I don't know how. He's a little raunchy. The Laws. Between the Laws, made a friend that'll be my friend for the rest of my life. Forever. To the day I pass away. So many of you. So many of you. Niffer. What a sweet, sweet human being. Herbie and Sarah Bear and Cleany. Another one of my life friends. HP. Sarah Bear. Calico Kitty Catzilla. Aaron and Joe D's. Wes Smokey. Jesus Christ and Sanum. She's something else. Boy, what is she smart. Derek Anderson, Lucky Lures. Michael Patterson, friend for life. Much respect for the man. Because he teaches me. I love teachers. Cleany and Laura Devine, she is. Meet her in person, you'll know. Paigey and Jolie and Sarah Bear and Vaggie and Kim. You guys don't even need me to say another word about Kim. Just say the word Kim. And you know it's golden. Married Michael, Sue Little. Aaron and Carnivorous and Derek Anderson. Derek, oh jeez. Don't get me started about how wonderful Derek is. Classic and Herbie. And Fifi. And Jesus Christ and Aaron. Sarah Bear, you're all names I said to myself last night during the middle of my crying jag. Your guys' names. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Be impeccable today, okay? Let's keep growing.